Hi guys, this is Christian from wingsurf.nl. Today I'm reviewing the Dyneema wing from Five-o Windsports, which is a small company based on Maui, Hawaii, in the USA. As I traveled to Puerto Rico last winter, which is a territory of the US, I decided to get in touch with them. And I got lucky. They had a team rider present on the island and he could lend me a 5.3 for a whole week. Why did I want to try this wing so badly? Some guys and girls out there were really rocking this wing, doing tricks and transitions so quickly, and also the control on the wave they had with this wing, it seemed incredible. So I tried to find more information about this wing. There isn't that much. The marketing of this brand isn't big, so I got in touch with them, and what I heard and what I could find sounded really good. Because also what they do is they have a full Dyneema leading edge and strut, enabling higher pressures in the wing. So the 4.3 here goes up to 12 psi, and the 3.4 behind me goes up to 15 psi, and I think the smaller size goes up to, I thought, like 18 or 19 psi even. So giving it a lot of pressure, you can use thinner leading edges, but still giving it a lot of solid structure to the whole airframe. But another thing that catch my eye, that was the most important thing besides this, because more brands are doing special leading edges and everything, the whole canopy of this wing is also made from some Dyneema material. And that is really interesting because what they say, or they don't say it really big, but they say this material should last much longer because it doesn't stretch as much. It probably doesn't stretch almost nothing in time. So that makes it really durable. But also, with all the fibers in there, the Dyneema fibers are really tough. If you do manage to puncture this wing, it will almost not tear any further. I've done a test about this further on this video. It's really interesting. So you can see when it will puncture and how the tearing of the material behaves. So have a look at that further on. But using these kind of materials in wings, I think that's the future. You get a lot of wings out there made with Alula, and Alula wings aren't cheap. That you get materials that are just regular Ripstop material, and Ripstop materials and foils don't really match. You'll see that further on in the video as well. So using different materials is the future for winging, and a lot of brands will go there, but this brand already went there, and I can already say this material, it's great because it's also so very light, this whole wing, including the handles. The 4.3 wing weighs 8.3 kilograms and the 3.4 behind me only weighs 1.5 kilograms, so it's feather light, and that's one of the most important features, I think, when riding waves. Besides that, it can handle a punch or two from a foil or whatever it's flying. The looks of this wing are quite basic. There are not a lot of graphics on them. The panel layout, it's really simple, but simplicity can be a good thing as well. Especially on this wing, I noticed. When you just unpack the wing, you think like, okay, what is this? It doesn't look that well, especially the canopy material. It looks like some sort of crepe papier where you can bake your bread on. But once you pump it up, put tension on it, you know you have something special. First of all, you notice how light it is, and then the profile of this wing, it's really sleek. So now if you look at it from the front, you can see it's a premium wing, especially with the Dyneema inside. It just looks really solid. Still, the design, the looks, it's simple, but it performs really well, so who bothers? To pump up this wing, you need to connect your pump to both the leading edge valve and the strut valve. That's a good thing because especially when deflating, it goes much quicker. And also you can play around with different pressures in both departments. And when you do have them connected, a lot of times that system can break down, and with two valves you don't have that. Also, the valves used on this wing, they are not my preferred option. It comes with, you have to unscrew this whole valve in and out to release the pressure. And when doing so, some sand might be able to get in. But this system with the two points sticking out on each side is being used by all major pump brands. So any pump will fit this wing. But still, I like others more. They provide a good quality leash along. It's got good stretch and a good high quality swivel in there, so your leash doesn't get tangled up as easy. Also, it's easy to take apart, so I actually don't use the wrist leash. I put a carabine hook on it and connect that to my waist leash, which is connected to the board. For me that works really well and easy, just click it on and go. The back of the wing, well, it's just the back, it fits the wing, nothing fancy. I would prefer a backpack because I have to carry my gear over the dunes to the beach and I pump it up there. But if you're just with the car and you pump it up next to the car, a bag works fine, but I would prefer a backpack. The performance of this wing. This wing excels in handling during wave riding. It's just such a light wing, it really just follows you around anywhere. And also that's because of the really thin profile. The already thinner leading edge with a thin profile, it just really, if you're on a wave and you're going upwind, no matter how strong the wind is and you're still going upwind, it can follow you along really easily. Also because it's that light, when you make a quick turn downwind quickly, so actually faster than the wind, because the wing is that light, it's really easy to just hold it up so it won't touch the water. Also because it's light, when the wind does get a little bit lighter and you're going downwind, it's just, this wing stays up really easy. Like right now there's almost no wind and just stays up there. So it's incredible how easy it goes with this wing. Also the stability from just holding it on the front handle, trailing it along, even holding it just when you're on the beach, this wing just breathes stability. It's stable as hell. When the wind is really light, you do have to work a little bit more with this wing. Because the wing hasn't got a very deep profile, just doesn't catch as much wind, so you don't have that really powerful feel to it when you get up. It's okay, you do feel some power, but when the wind is really light you have to work for it. But because the leading edge is, the whole structure of the wing is so stiff, and with a tight canopy, it pumps, you can pump this wing up with light winds instead. So you need a good technique, you need to do quick, short, powerful pumps, and then you're able to get it going in light winds. But in the lightest of winds range, there are easier wings out there. So for the beginner that's like 90 kilos, this wing is not the best at the moment. But for lighter guys that don't wing that long yet, they'll be able to get up and go with this wing. And also, low end is, you have to be a bit more it's a bit more technical. The high end for this wing, it's incredible. When I got the prototype on Puerto Rico, the 5.3, the wind was actually really strong. Actually, I saw guys going out with 3.5 and I think even smaller. So I was out there on the 5.3, way too big, sort of, but I could still control this wing. That's why when I got back home in the Netherlands, I got the 4.3 and the 3.4 of this wing, because I knew how good this wing works in the high wind range. I really like that. Also, in these high winds, because of the very sleek profile, everything just goes easy still. Of course, you have some power in your arms when it gets really strong, but it's controllable. You do notice a little bit of the flapping from the wing at the rear, but it's not annoying me. And this wing is just going nuts on the wave. It just, yeah, you have to try it to know it, but it just turns around. Like normally a wing just comes along with you, or even you have to help them a little bit through the corner. But this one, if you like help it a little bit, it just accelerates you on the wave. You have to get used to that, of course, but it does have that effect. It's really nice. How fast is this wing? Due to its really sleek profile, you'd say it can be really fast. I haven't been out with a GPS watch yet. All the times I went out with these wings in the Netherlands, the conditions were with waves, and I don't take my race kit out then. On Puerto Rico though, I've used the 5.3 and my jumps were the highest and furthest ever. I was powered up most of the times, so that helps a lot as well to go high. But going fast, in theory, it helps you get higher. This wing comes with what they call soft handles, although these handles are quite stiff for soft handles. They fit nicely into my hands, even going out for hours in the tropics. I wouldn't get any blisters and the feel is just perfect on them. However, the trend of course right now, especially on the premium models, is to have either carbon handles or a boom. It's a shame that a lot of brands, when they came out with the soft handles, managed to position them wrong or put a lot of loopholes on them, and that's why a lot of people don't like the soft handles. What you also had is soft handles moving in all directions, and a lot of wings weren't made for that kind of handles. People don't like that. Some come from windsurfing, they just want to feel more power to the wing, and carbon handles or a boom does give them that. However, these ones, if you've used them, you'll be convinced that actually these ones are actually almost the same as carbon handles. And on the 4.3 on this wing, I have to say they are positioned, to me, they're positioned perfectly. On the 3.4 though, to me it feels like the front handle actually needs to go a little bit further to the front, and that can be a bit of a problem with the soft handles, I think. They're more of a sweet spot than with the carbon handles, where you can move just a little bit more to the left or to the right, according to your own physical. Well, I'm longer than some other guys. Some people are shorter, so my arms they're perfectly right now. But for other people, they might want to hold it a little bit closer to each other, and that might be the reason why, if they are going to work on a version 2 of this wing, I think it might be better just to come out with some good carbon handles or a boom. So the handles are positioned perfectly for everyone in the end. How strong is the Dyneema canopy material? Well, I did a little test, very unofficial. I just got a piece of Ripstop material, and I also got a little piece of the Dyneema cloth that came along with this wing. Just put it on the table on the one side with 2 clamps, and hold it on the other side, and just hit it with a nice pointy foil. And the results were quite interesting. The result was quite interesting. I needed to hit it quite hard to make the ripstop rip, but after a couple of attempts it did. Then I tried making the hole larger by hand. The hole in the ripstop would quite easily get larger using just a bit of strength. The cloth of Dyneema was much smaller, but I hit it as hard as I could with the front wing, over and over again and then again. It would not go through the material. Then I grabbed a small and very pointy screwdriver. After a couple of attempts, this would pierce the material. However, the holes were small, so I was going to try and make the hole larger by hand, and it would not. Although the conditions in this test weren't exactly the same for both cloths, to me this test tells me enough. The Dyneema cloth wouldn't get punctured by a foil, and after trying to tear it, the hole wouldn't get bigger. So with a foil it might get a little bit bigger, but it won't tear as much as normal ripstop material would do. Conclusion: if you're looking for the lightest of wings out there with maximum control in the waves, also in high winds, but making use of cutting edge materials, have a look at the Dyneema Five-o wing. The 5.3 and the 4.3 have been my best wave riding wings so far, and with the version 2 on the way, this is one of the brands you have to keep your eye on.